In the previous class, we discussed about predicates and quantifiers. Where predicate means x plus y is equal to 3x greater than 3 are predicates because this statement becomes true or false by assigning the values for the variables. Okay, such type of statements are called predicates. By assigning values for the variables, it has truth values, true or false, false values. Then these statements are known as predicates. And mainly used quantifiers are for all and their exist. Universal quantifier and the existential quantifier. Okay. Precedence of quantifiers. For all and their exist have higher precedence than all logical operators. Okay, for all and their exist have higher precedence. That is, whenever we use a compound statement like this, for all x, p of x or q of x. Here, for all is the universal quantifier and it has higher precedence in this statement. That means, first we apply for all for the next statement. That is, for all x, p of x we do first, then only or q of x. Okay. And this statement is not equal to for all x, p of x or q of x. If we choose, if we first operate p of x or q of x, this is wrong. Okay. This is not equal to this. This is another statement, but this is not equal to this. Okay. For all x, p of x or q of x, first we do for all x, p of x or q of x. Okay. If for all or there exist in a statement, we first apply for all and there exist. Then only we use other logical operators like or, and, conditional, etc. So higher precedence in the higher precedence of quantifiers for all and there exist. Next we discuss the topic binding variables. Okay, that is, a quantifier is used on the variable. When a quantifier is used on the variable x, we say that this occurrence of the variable is bound. Okay, here there exists x, x plus y equal to 1. Here there exists is applied only for x. Okay, the universal quantifier is used for the variable x. So x, the variable x is bound because quantifier used on the variable x. So x is bound. And y is free variable. Y not bound by a quantifier, then that variable is free. So y is free because here the existential quantifier used only for the variable x. Therefore, y is free. And the quantifier applied is the scope of the variable. Okay, quantifier applied is the scope of the variable. Next, consider another example. There exists x, p of x and q of x, or for all x, r of x. Okay. Here we use existential quantifier and universal quantifier. There exists x, p of x and q of x for all or for all x, r of x. These two x are different. Okay. We can represent this expression like this also. For all x, p of x and q of x, or for all y, r of y. Okay. Clearly these two variables are distinct. Here the variable x and y are bound. because we use for x there exists and for y also for all. So in the two variables we use quantifiers, so both the variables are bound. Here also x is bound, this x is also bound. Okay. And what is the scope of the variable? Scope of the first x. Scope of the x. What is the scope of x? The definition of scope is a part of logical expression to which a quantifier is applied. Here, scope of x is p of x and q of x. This quantifier is applied for this part, this logical expression. So, scope of x is p of x and q of x. Also, scope of y. Scope of y is r of y. Next we discuss logical equivalence involving quantifiers. S is equivalent to T, that means S and T have same truth values. Here we have two statements involving quantifiers for all x, p of x and q of x, for all x, p of x and for all x, q of x. We have to prove that these two statements are equivalent. Okay. The two statements are equivalent means their truth values are same. Or first we take the left side and prove that this is equivalent to right side. Also let the right side and this is equivalent to left side. Then the statements are equivalent. For that, let for all x, we take the left side is true. For all x, p of x and q of x is true. Let it be true. Okay. For all x, p of x and q of x is true means for any a in the domain, for any element in the domain, this statement involving quantifier is true. Let a be any element in the domain. Therefore, for all a, p of a and for all a, p of a and q of a is true. That is, a represent any a, so we can a be any element of a, therefore p of a and q of a is true. There is no use of for all a. Okay, without this representation it is clear that for all a, p of a and q of a there is no need for using this quantifier because a is any element. A is any element, that means a represents all elements in the domain, that is represent for all a. So we can avoid this representation for all a from here. P of a and q of a is true. P of a and q of a is true means P of a is true and q of a is true. P of a and q of a is true. That is, P of a is true for all x. Also, Q of a is true for all x. We can write it as for all x, P of x is true and for all x, Q of x is true. That is, for all x, P of x and for all x, Q of x is true. Here we assume left side is true. We attain at a right side is true. Similarly, we have to prove conversely. That is, similarly we have to prove assume for all x p of x and for all x q of x is true. Okay. If A is any element in the domain, A is any element in the domain, then for all x p of x is represented by p of A and q of A is true. P of A and q of A is true. P of A and q of A is true means for all x, p of x and q of x is true. Okay. We assume the right side is true. We attain the left side is also true. From these two parts, we get these two statements are logically equivalent in the same domain.